Well, clouds are gathering over the land of the rising sun, with Japan lurching worryingly towards a financial crisis. The country's run up a huge national debt as it struggles to recover from this year's earthquake and tsunami disaster. Shihori Komatsu looks at how Japan's dire circumstances is leaving it trapped and teetering on the edge.
In many ways, the Japanese economy is like this fish. Caught, dried out, frozen, and now having great chunks of value sliced clean off. Take the seafood industry itself. Japanese sushi shops rake in about $17 billion annually, with hungry customers consuming 9 million tons of seafood along the way. It's an addiction repeated all around the world, but it's not helping the main exporter, which has been left floundering.
Japanese food is the most popular food in the world, and definitely I think there are many other companies like ours doing the same business. And everywhere I think these companies are suffering major consequences from a strong yen.
When the national currency is up, it pushes exports down. Japanese goods just too expensive to compete on the world stage. And as profits disappear, so do people's livelihoods. Stagnant growth, the strong yen, and the massive national debt. Some economists fear that Japan may be only a few years away from its own major economic crisis. And since this East Asian nation remains the world's #3 economy, the consequences of that would be global. This is something Japan's political leaders are determined to avoid, and many are calling for urgent action.
Japanese industry can probably endure the current 75 yen to the dollar level for a little while, but if this situation doesn't change over a longer period, I think we're going to see Japanese factories and large companies move their operations overseas, places like Vietnam, Thailand or China. This would lead to a hollowing out of Japanese domestic industry and create unemployment. Japan is facing an extraordinary economic crisis.
Despite the worries of ruling party lawmakers, it is not clear there is anything the Japanese government can really do to prevent the soaring yen from leaving Japanese businessmen starved of money.
In Japan, the linen supply industry is gradually losing its ability to sell their products. The machines, too, just aren't selling. Since the world faces these conditions, Japanese companies have to look for whatever opportunities they can discover.
But that's not going to be easy in a country where the government itself is deeply in the red. Japan has the highest national debt among major economies, owing almost twice as much as the economy makes in an entire year. Couple that with the funds needed to rebuild after the devastation unleashed by the earthquake and tsunami earlier this year, and it seems Japan is fighting a battle it may not be able to win. Shihori Komatsu, RT, Tokyo.